Hello everyone. For my second video of the day, I will be talking about The Boys, Season 5, Episode 4, called King of Hell. This episode in particular was very fun, very entertaining, and also spoke to the viewers about how we feel if we're around people that make things or do things that, in other words, that we do. In other words, take control of our emotions. And the source of these issues of this episode, you can see who's causing it. And as the boys go into this facility to find the V1 before Homelander does, once they go into it, they act hateful. They act with rage. And we don't know the reason why until way later in the episode. And it goes way back when, in the 1940s, I believe, when the person took the first V1 and took it too much, and you see the result of that person. And you'll see Homelander and Soldier Boy go at it because of the entity, and you'll see the boys go at it against each other because of the entity. In other words, that place was cursed. It was like Chernobyl. I rarely compare stuff like that, but chemicals in general are not good. And this chemical in this episode was hate. In other words. So you see the boys turn on each other, like I said, and they say mean things, all that kind of stuff. And the main goal was to get the V1 and dip. But instead they found something more important. And as for Starlight, after she dipped on Huey, she went to a particular place and saw a person after 20 years, after he tried to cover up his mistake by leaving. And leaving the madness behind, which I can understand. But after staying there for a while, her and this person reconnected more, and his new family is kind of fond of her too, which is a good thing. And you see Homelander's madness get more erratic by each episode, if you noticed. And I wasn't aware of this until recently. The boys and many other shows are using TDS as a front, which is way too much as it is. Me personally, I'm not offended or I don't care. But South Park used TDS too much. This is using TDS too much. In case anyone doesn't know what it is, it's Trump derangement syndrome. And again, they keep using that back to back to back, and plus using Christianity as well. Granted, look, I'm not offended by both those things, but if they keep over abusing it like that, it's not going to be looking good for the show. That's just my opinion. But the show itself is fantastic. I like the show, but put a lack on those things, and it'll be back from where it was from season 1, with no politics involved. That's just my view on it. But overall, though, the stories for each episode is fantastic. It leads up to something bigger every single time, and every single time it ends with a cliffhanger, which I greatly enjoy. It keeps me excited until next week. So, if you are a fan of the superhero films, superhero TV shows, or whatever, but you want to watch an adult version of it, Invincible and The Boys are it. And Invincible just wrapped up. So if you want to watch Invincible, now's your time to catch up without worrying too much. And for the boys, this show is good for the most part, besides what I said about the lack of two things of overusing it. But other than that, the show is fantastic. If you like the boys, if you read the comics, then you're definitely going to enjoy the show without question. And if I didn't say this first, thank you all for supporting this channel. I greatly appreciate it. That all of you, ladies and gentlemen, will be around match, so thank you very much. Comment down below, like, share all the good stuff. And if you want me to do a review per request, just let me know down below in the comment section. I'm trying to reach 300 subs. Once that's reached, I'll do something special for all of you per request and go from there. With all that said, and after saying what I said about the show, I'll make this part short. If you've never seen The Boys and want to get into it, I would recommend to read the comics first and then seeing the show. And there are minor differences, and you'll notice them right away. Same thing for Invincible, but same concept. If you like what you see, I would recommend it, and this Invincible have my stamp of approval. So if you're interested in seeing something new, this is it. With all that said, that's all I gotta say about it. Thank you all again. May God bless you all. Stay safe, and I will see you on the next one.